สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to สวัสดีค่ะ Kitchen. And today I got my lovely friend that traveled all the way down from Scotland. And here she is.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
It's lovely to see you.
Yeah, lovely to see you too. Well, I'm glad that you can make it to our kitchen here, and I'm so dying to learn a bit more about you and also about what dish that you want to share it with us.
Brilliant. So today I'm going to make for you Haggis Neeps and Tatties,
Haggis Neeps
but a
and
little
Tatties.
bit different.
Right, okay.
So this is going to be a haggis Scotch egg with matchstick potatoes, deep fried obviously because I'm Scottish and we have to deep fry everything, that's the law, and some pickled neep, which is like a turnip, and it is super delicious. We're going to knock up a whiskey sauce to go with it as well, so you get a little bit of taste of Scotland in there as well.
Oh my God, how does that sound? Sound delicious already. So, but tell me a little bit more about your ingredient.
Okay. So the big boy,
Yeah.
the best part is the haggis. It's made of a sheep's, the lights they call them, which is the thorax, the lungs, the liver,
Okay.
and the kidneys, and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Is minced up with lots of seasoning, so lots of nutmeg, lots of black pepper, lots of spices, and oatmeal, Scottish oatmeal. And then that's boiled. And traditionally it would have been boiled in this casing, which is plastic obviously now,
Okay.
would have been a sheep's stomach.
Right, I see, yes.
That's what it would have been.
So it would be like sort of the white bit that's
So
going
yeah,
around it.
exactly. And it would look just like that, but it would be in a sheep's stomach. And normally you would cover that in foil and you would have to sort of treat it quite carefully and boil it for 45 minutes, something like that, quite a long time. But now, thankfully, modern things, we get it in plastic, we just chop it up, and I just put it in with a little bit of water and steam it in the microwave. Super quick.
That's good because well, we all have to like sort of saving the energy now with the price gone up. So this is a little trick. You don't want to boil it for 45 minutes. So a few minutes in the microwave. That's great.
Or slice it up even, and you can just fry that straight in the pan, have it with your breakfast.
Perfect.
Delicious.
Yeah. Let's do that. then.
Okay, let's do it. So here's the haggis. Just cut that, you see it in there? That's all the oatmeal and all the spices and everything. It's delicious. It
Yes.
is, trust me, it's delicious. You're gonna love it. That just needs to go just with a tiny little bit of water and just cover it in cling film. Tiny little bit of water and in the microwave for just a couple of minutes. So obviously, because we're gonna deep fry these, we want the eggs to be just set. So these are gonna go on for 3 minutes.
So we got the haggis with a little bit of water, cover with cling film, and how many minutes you said?
I'd say 3 minutes in
3
the
minutes
microwave, and
in
then
the
let's
microwave.
have a look. So a neep is what I call in Scotland, I would call that a turnip.
So why do you call it neep then?
Because neep is just a shortened version of the word turnip, turnip, neep.
Oh, turnip.
So but you
no,
guys,
but that is a sweet.
You guys call this a sweet. So we call it a turnip, you call it sweet. Potato.
And this is the...
That is a turnip.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you guys call turnip. So the way to know is the one you use with haggis is the yellow flesh one. So when you cook it up, it's got a nice yellow flesh, and you have your white potato and then the yellow flesh. Whereas this is white flesh.
Right. Oh, right. So they... Well, like I'm not confused enough. Okay. The sweet in English or in the mainland is sweet. But in Scotland, up north, it's neep.
There you go, perfect. You're bilingual now. So that's the one we use, a yellow flesh one. It's a devil to cut, so be very, very careful when you're cutting it.
Yes,
it's
yes.
really, really solid. You need a good big sharp knife. Keep your hands out of the way. So what I've done with that is I've just used one of your super fancy machines, spiralizer, to spiralize that up, and that's just going to be a little garnish on the top. Now ordinarily with neeps and tatties you would just mash that up, cook that down, add a little bit of butter, a little bit of black pepper, and you would have it mashed with it. But we're going to do it as a little pickle.
Yeah.
So I've got a pickling liquor that's going to go on, and we're just going to warm that up a little bit. So just to
Right, okay.
have that.
Here you are.
So we're going to warm up a pickling liquor first, just to bring it up to a little bit of heat. Drop that in, then take it off the heat and let let it infuse, pickle up a bit for a few minutes. So that's just apple cider vinegar and a little bit of sugar. So I'm just gonna warm that up. And then the sauce we're gonna do is just a bit of shallot, some butter.
Ready to be used.
Yeah, you're so good. All the prep. Open that up a bit. So that's the pickling liquor, and that's just warmed up a little bit. We're just gonna drop the neep in there and then just leave that.
I just love you saying the word neep.
And you just leave that in there, just let that infuse a little bit. It's gonna be lovely. Still crunchy, delicious.
Find the eggs off.
Yeah. And then you need to really carefully shell them because obviously they're only just set.
Yeah.
So we wanna keep them as intact as we can. This is we might need to do several attempts at eggs. So there's a little vacuum there, you know, so that's where I always crack it there because there's a little bit of air there. So it cracks better on that blunt end. And then it just very carefully peel them.
Shall we do this and then soak it in the water? So get the water to
loosen the membrane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a top tip. I didn't know that. Top tips from Pookie's kitchen.
Not so sure that it's a top tip, but yeah, we have a go.
It's something I didn't know, so every day's a school day. Right, so you do that and then what, you leave it in the water, does that help the membrane to break?
Loosen up a little bit.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just like gentle, tap it and...
So we're going to do the little matchstick potatoes while we're waiting for that those shallots to cook down. So this is King Edward.
Yes.
Yeah, a King Edward. So anything floury like that, a King Edward or Maris Piper. Yeah, any of those would work really well.
Why is that?
Just because they're really good floury potatoes, so they get a really good crisp on them.
Right. I need to learn a lot more about potato, you see.
So new potatoes are what's called waxy potatoes. You know, when you cut into them, they're quite solid and they're quite yellow, whereas when you cut into these, there's a lot of water that comes out.
Right, yes.
So that means that they steam kind of when you cook them, so that's what makes them really fluffy on the inside. So that's why they make really good roasties and really good chips.
Right.
So, have you got like a spider or a, you know, for putting these in? Do you know what I mean by a spider?
Yeah.
Like yeah, you really need to make sure these are really dry. So we're going to put them in hot fat, obviously, so they're going to spit like mad. And the drier they are, the better, the more crispy they'll go. And obviously we had them in water to start with because if not they'll oxidise, and that is not good for anyone. So they're feeling a bit drier now. Just double check. So we're just going to drop these into the fryer. Okay, so we're just going to drop these in. There we go. So just 2 or 3 minutes, make them super crispy, and then just season them, and you can just chuck them in the oven on a kind of lowish oven just to keep warm while you're doing it.
Yeah. Shallot and lots of butter cooking down. And that will be our whiskey sauce. That's going to be the whiskey sauce,
yeah. So we're going to put some of the good stuff into the sauce now. So that's going to go into the sauce. This is a lovely whiskey.
Perfect.
So you want a decent glug of that in there because it's got to taste like whiskey, right? Got a good colour on the shallots, so they taste really good and roasted. So again, that'll give a bit of depth to the sauce. Just let that come down a bit, and then we'll add some stock, just a little bit of chicken stock, and then finish it with a little bit of cream. Again, a little bit of chicken stock. And just let that come down. I mean, you should really be measuring this sort of thing, but...
So you put the haggis, pat it down, and then just like cover the egg.
Yeah.
And then now what are we doing next?
So we're just going to pane it. So this is just seasoned flour. You've got to be really careful with it because obviously that egg in there is only just cooked. It's only just holding its shape.
So you put just salt and pepper with the plain flour?
Salt and pepper, plain flour. Yeah, that's it. And just coat that quite nicely, but yeah, be gentle with it. And then
in the
very gently in the egg.
You want it all like sort of to hold its shape.
There's no way to do this
Then
Then
just go
to
for
get properly messy.
yes.
Properly messy. And then into your breadcrumbs.
Gentle, gentle. La 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 la, like a snowflake.
Drop it in. Actually, let's pop it in here. And in we go.
My very first Haggis. Scotty.
Shove this one in. We've got a single cream and a sieve.
Yeah.
And a jug for putting this in. Okay, so we've got our little garnish here of some crispy matchstick potatoes. Asbestos fingers, I can't feel it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Here's our Scotch egg.
Beautiful.
And this is just a little bit of the pickled neep. If you taste one of them now, they're just delicious. So they're not cooked, there's nothing done to them, but they are just such a nice little bit of acidity. They're just beautiful. Okay, now, if it's all gone right, this should be a nice runny
It is.
middle.
Yeah.
There we go. And we've got this lovely little whiskey sauce for the top.
Sunshine.
Slange, well done, good Scottish.
It's Haggis.
You'll love it.
It is really tasty.
Did you like it? It's quite spicy, isn't it?
It
Like
is,
peppery.
yeah, it got a lot of, yeah, that's it. Peppery, tasty, got a little bit of chew. So the texture, it actually, I quite like it. Yeah, beautiful. Let me try this as well. The
neeps, they're my favourite bit, yeah.
Sweet.
Neep.
Sweet. You guys have to have a go at doing this. It's beautiful. Lovely. The crunch, the sourness from the pickle go ever so well with the saltiness of the haggis. And the runny yolk, I mean, who doesn't like it? I love this. Because of you doing the Scotch egg, I thought that I can do something that can go with your dish.
Ooh, exciting.
So I thought I make the cocktail.
This does not look like a cocktail I've seen before.
Right.
This is Pookie style cocktail.
Yes. So I'm doing this.
And what is this?
That is the old fashioned.
It's
whiskey.
an old fashioned, and what are you putting it in?
It's putting in the solution, which is the alginate part.
Ah, okay, so to make it
To make the
sphere.
the thing, yeah, the sphere.
wow.
We're going to do a bit like that.
So is each one of these a shot?
Yes.
So I'm
Well,
having
a little bit.
I'm having
A little-
4 old fashions.
Right, let me just put this
Bring
in
it
the
on.
fridge. Sarah, so what I done here, I mix the old-fashioned whiskey into this sphere. Look at that.
Wow, look at that.
So of course it got like whiskey, it's got the whiskey bitter and
Orange?
orange, squeeze of orange in it.
Gosh, that is genius.
Can you help me seal it,
Sure.
please? Thank you. Little bit of gold dust and cheers.
Cheers! Right,
So
what do we do?
What we
Just
have to
knock
do
it
is
back?
just yeah. So open it
Yeah.
and knock it back quick with the smoke
With
in
the
your mouth.
smoke?
Yeah.
Oh my word, okay.
What do you think?
Oh my god! That is a revelation.
You approve?
I would like all my drinks to be served like this from now on. Every single drink to be served exactly like that.
It like
breakfast orange. I loved it.
Yeah, it got the smokiness in it, and then pick up a little bit of the orange behind the old fashioned whiskey.
You're a genius.
Yes, sir.
Slange.
Thank you, Sarah, for coming to join me here today, and thank you ever so much for cooking the Scotch egg for us. And you've been a great star.
Thank you. I've had so much fun. It's been brilliant.
No, thank you. Come again.
I will, absolutely. I'm staying.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not going home.
If you like what we're doing here, follow us on swaddikat.com, and don't forget to follow Sarah on
Sarah Rankins Cooks.
See you soon.
Slange.
Slange.